Hey guys, it's Jake here with eTrailer. Today we're going to be taking a look at the power puller. This is going to be a hand crank winch to be able to pull any vehicle or side-by-side or four-wheeler up onto a trailer if you get yourself into a bind. The thing I like most about this power puller is that it's all manual. So in the case of our Jeep here, we have a dead battery, so we're not able to drive it home or to pull it up onto the trailer itself with our winch. So our Jeep is completely dead, and this is able to get our Jeep up on the trailer so we can head home. So whether it's your primary pulling source or your secondary, it's going to be there to get you out of any situation that you might be in. This pulley will be at the end of that loop, and because that cable is doubled over, you're using two cables to pull whatever you're pulling. That's what makes it have that 8,000 pound weight capacity. In the configuration we have it here with just a single cable stretched straight out to 8 feet, it's going to have a 4,000 pound weight capacity. So keep in mind that 4,000 and 8,000 pound capacity for this cable is going to be for anything that rolls. So you can't just pull something that's 8,000 pounds if it's dragging. Now you can do more than just pull with this hand winch. You're going to be able to lift up to 4,000 pounds. You are going to have an aircraft grade cable that's going to be 8 feet long when stretched out all the way, and then when doubled over, it's going to be 4 foot. You're going to have two of these nice large steel construction hooks that are going to be able to clip into a strap like we have here, chain, additional cable, or D-rings that you might have on your trailer. With this long handle, you're going to be able to have a lot of leverage to be able to pull back on it to get your heavy load up onto the trailer. Now when you pull back on the handle to crank down on it, you're going to hear this lock right here clip into each one of these teeth so that it's locking every ½ inch or so. So here's an example. So it's locking as we're pulling back on the cable. It's going to have a nice heavy steel construction. One of the first things I noticed when I first picked this up is it actually has some serious weight to it. So you're going to know that it's built heavy enough to pull that 8,000 pounds. So here we have it in the 8,000 pound configuration. You can see our cable is stretched out to the front of our vehicle here, and the cable is attached at the pin right here, and it's doubled over like we said before. And just to crank it up, you can see that it's going to work in tandem with that pulley. You see our little red indicator there. It's moving towards the trailer, and it's virtually effortless. In order to release the cable, you're going to have to pull back on this yellow tab here so that your clasp is in the open position, and then this tab here is going to make contact with this, releasing it one notch at a time. As you can see, our red indicator is going backwards, which means the cable is going out. This is going to release your cable at a controlled rate so that you can get whatever vehicle you're pulling on down safely. So to get your cable in place, you're going to want to determine about how long you're going to want to stretch it out. If you want it at the 4 foot mark, which is when the cable is doubled over, or in our case here, we're going to need the full 8 feet. So we'll go ahead and get it hooked up. Now when pulling something of this size up onto a trailer, you are going to have to put it in neutral, so you're going to want to have a wheel chock behind your tire just in case something were to fail. So now we got it all hooked up to our Jeep, we'll go ahead and start pulling it up the trailer. Now you do want to make sure when you're pulling on this handle, you don't have your face directly in line with the cable if something were to happen. But once you get it a few feet up the ramps like we have here, you're going to want to stop and go readjust your wheel chock. Now you'll notice we don't have our hook in use because we do have a hook on the winch of our Jeep. But you can see it's just moving right along. Now it is going to take some effort, but they do give you this nice long handle to get lots of leverage. Now once you get to this point, you're going to want to readjust your wheel chock and then readjust your pull point. So what we're using today to make up some space so we have a good attachment point on the front of our trailer is we're using a 30-foot recovery strap. Now, if you're using something similar like we are, you want to make sure that that strap has more than enough weight capacity to be able to pull whatever you're pulling up onto your trailer. You can also use your standard chain. Again, make sure its weight capacity is high enough. But we'll go ahead and get ourselves resituated here and keep pulling. Then we'll go ahead and repeat this process until our Jeep's all the way on the trailer. Now, with all that being said, guys, that's going to do it for our look at the Performance Tool Power Puller.